Oh, hi. I was just reading this book by John Eldredge called Epic. It just happens to be what the name of our winter retreat is. I want to read this to you. He writes, there's a story that we just can't seem to escape. There's a story, and it's written on the human heart. It says that Christianity claims to be that story for us. Now listen to this. It says, not the Christianity of proper church attendance and good manners, not the Christianity of holier than thou self-righteousness and dogmatism, not another religion, thank God. That's not Christianity. Oh, I know it's what most people think, including the majority of Christians, but they're wrong. There's more, a lot more. And that more is what most of us have been longing for most of our lives. A story, an epic, something hidden in the ancient past, something dangerous now unfolding, something waiting in the future for us to discover, some crucial role for us to play. Christianity in its true form tells us that there is an author and that he is good, the essence of all that is good and beautiful and true, for he is the source of all of these things. It tells us that he set his heart, our hearts longing within us, for he has made us to live an epic. It warns that the truth is always in danger of being twisted and corrupted and stolen from us because there's a villain in the story who hates our hearts and wants to destroy us. It calls us up into a story that is truer and deeper than any other and assures us that there we will find the meaning of our lives. Then he writes this, what if? What if all the great stories that have ever moved you, brought you to joy or tears, what if they are telling you something about the true story into which you were born, the epic into which you have been cast? What if all the great stories that have ever moved you, what if they're telling you something about the true story into which you were born? What story moves you? The story of Narnia? The story of Harry Potter? The story of Lord of the Rings? The story of Star Wars? It's one of the ancient stories, the Odyssey, the Iliad. Is it God's story, the Bible? What story do you just move, that moves you, that you love, that you want to be part of? The movie 300? What is it? Maybe it tells you something about yourself. Maybe it's something God wants to tell you. Winter retreat is always a really great time for Wesley. It's a time that we can meet with God. It's a time that God can deal with things that oftentimes we just ignore or just don't have time to think about when we're going to class and work and in our normal environment. But God always does special things on winter retreat. Last year he healed some people and we've set some people free and good stuff has happened. I left last year's winter retreat feeling like it was time for something new. I feel like maybe it's not time for us to think so much about what God wants to do in us, but maybe it's time to start thinking about what God wants to do with us, through us, to make the world a different place, to change the world. What's God doing that he's inviting you and I to do too? And so as I left winter retreat last year, I knew that a different kind of retreat was coming, that this year's was going to be very, very different. This one has been in the works since, literally since we left Alabama last year. This one's going to be pretty special. So who are your heroes? I love people from the great stories. When I was a kid, I loved Superman and Batman. But I love some real life heroes too. I love Mother Teresa. I love John Wesley. I love Martin Luther King, St. Francis. Lately I've been reading about Oscar Romero, who's a bishop in Central America. People who made the world a better place. I think that's what I love about fictional heroes, is they do great things that makes the world better. I love great epic stories. But I think God is calling us. I think God is an epic character and an epic story. I think that God's inviting for us to have epic stories too. I want to know more about that. I want to know more about the story that God's writing in my life. So what kind of hero do you want to be? You want to be somebody courageous? Do you want to be somebody that makes a difference? You want to be somebody that changes the world? Do you believe it's possible? Are you willing to find out? Come on Winter Retreat.